So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Zuora Promptathon 2025, the 10x Catalyst. I see some of you people have already gathered in and ready to build, ideate, and spark innovation with the power of Gen AI. So, whether you are here to explore, compete, learn, or just to have fun, we are thrilled to have you. So, with this, I will move on to the event overview that we have for the Promptathon. Now that we are pumped up, let's talk about what Zuora Promptathon 2025, the 10x Catalyst, is really about. So this Promptathon is more than just a competition. It's a launchpad for bold thinkers and creative problem solvers. It's where you harness the true power of generative AI and struck in a structured and a strategic prompting way. So gear up because this Promptathon is where idea sparks, momentum builds, and the 10x impacts begin. Now let's talk about the part that adds even more excitement to this Promptathon, the rewards. So at this Promptathon, we believe in great ideas deserve great recognition. So for that, for the first place, we have INR 50,000. For second place, we have INR 30,000. And for the third place, we have INR 20,000. But more than the prize money, what you are really gaining here is the visibility, experience, and the chance to be seen by innovation-led global brand. Moving on, let's take a quick look at your journey through Zora Promptathon. It's all start with registration, followed by the shortlisting, where selected participants will join at Zora office. On the eligibility part, I will talk more about it. But after if you are shortlisted, we will have an on-site event where you will receive real-world challenge themes, and finally, you will share your solution on those themes by prompting on the same day, crafted through sharp strategic prompting. So let's talk about the eligibility. So Zora Promptathon is open to working professional with at least 3 years of experience in technical roles such as software development, DevOps, QA, data engineering, as well as also open to techno-functional roles like product managers and solution architects. Applicants must be based in India. That is also eligibility. Moving on to the timeline that we have is first we have registration phase, which is already started and it will be open till 30th of July. Then we are having the introductory session today. So yeah, great that you are here. Then on 30th July, we will do the final shortlisted participant announcement as well. So as soon as you register within 3 business days, you will receive a shortlisting announcement that whether you are eligible or not. And the final announcement with all the specific agenda and details of the location, including the Google Map link and small details, will be covered on those emails. And after that, on 2nd of August, we will have on-site event on 2 locations. First is Chennai, second is Bangalore. So I hope to see there. So now let's welcome to two inspiring leaders from Zuora. First up, we have Shakir, SVP of Product at Zuora, leading the product management documentation and learning teams. With over 20 years of experience across product management, marketing, and strategic partnership, Shakir is a passionate about building strong teams, shaping product strategy, and driving real impact. Joining him is Prasad, the VP of payment products and the India side lead at Zuora. He's a seasoned product leader who blends deep market insight with exceptional team building skills to deliver innovative SaaS product that creates real customer value. So with that, I would like to hand over to the guest speakers that we have today. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. A pleasure to be here, all. And I'm excited about kicking off this Prompt-A-Thon event. Let's switch to the next slide. Perfect. So we wanted to give you a little bit of background of who we are, just in case you don't know us. So at Zuora, we essentially are helping our customers build, run, and grow their businesses. And we do this by allowing them to build products and launch products in plans, which they can then price and essentially complete the entire monetization cycle. We were founded in 2007. We have about 1,500 employees across flagship locations, 2 in India, and we run about $140 billion across our platform. And on to the next slide. So just to give you a little bit of insight as to what our platform does, this essentially is our core monetization platform. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see that it allows you to essentially price and sell your products across any channel, whether it's direct online, whether it's through your device, or whether it's a traditional sales model where a sales rep is creating a quote. And all of those volumes come into our core platform, which is all AI driven at the fabric. And we help our customers not only price, package, rate, and create orders. Those then launch fulfillment processes. We've also got collections if folks didn't pay their bill on time, all the way to the very end of revenue recognition, in which case our global customers are doing their monthly general ledger type reporting for the street. We have amazing customers like DocuSign and Box and Zoom. The largest, most complex customers in the world are running their entire monetization across the Zuora platform. All right, over to the next slide. Just to give you again a little bit of history and why am I sharing this? Because in 2007, when we were founded, the world was very traditional in terms of how they monetized products. You would create a product, you choose what channel you want to sell your product, and then you'd go hunt for customers. And our founder essentially was really on the bleeding edge, thinking of this new world of subscriptions and how you could put customers at the center and have recurring models, in which case customers would pay some form of a monthly and independent of the channel. The most important thing is as long as you captured that customer and they're willing to pay on a monthly schedule because they were the center of attention, everybody would be happy. Well, you think of today and subscriptions are not anything new. This is essentially the world we've defined, the world we've built, and now it's just a common world. Well, the most exciting thing is we are also on a new evolution with Zuora, and on the next slide, we'll show you what that means. All right, perfect. Okay, so we talked about how we started with subscriptions. Well, our customers and their customers were really excited about different ways to pay products. And so think of a proliferation of whether you wanted to pay by consumption. So think of Amazon, AWS, where you pay per event, or maybe there's a prepaid model, which was the boom in the mid 2010s. Or some form of a dynamic pricing model where you do monthly versus annual, or even ramp type pricing where you pay a little bit less in the beginning and then it ramps up over time. Well, with the AI boom, we're even seeing our customers wanting to shift things around. Think of a world of outcome-based pricing where you're not paying based on a recurring or based on consumption, but based on what that AI agent was able to accomplish. And so again, Zuora is at the bleeding edge. And so we have built a platform that allows you to do all this. And with that, of course, we have a core team that's really excited to be at that bleeding edge to build out these components. And that's why we have a vested interest in not only building with AI, but truly understanding what building with AI means, because it not only brings value to our customers, but it also brings value internally as at our organization. And Prasi, let me tee you up and bring you into the conversation here.
Sure. Thanks, Shakir. And I'm super excited to be here and super excited to introduce the first ever Prompt-A-Thon at Zuora in the India side. And this is just the beginning, right? As Shakir mentioned, we were in a transformation journey back then in 2007 when subscription was just booming up. We were able to envision how the world shapes. And now, what Shakir mentioned is the total monetization strategy, which is around how we are looking at the new evaluations in the market, right? For example, we looked at AI, and I was doing a session a couple of weeks back around how AI is accelerating the business value. And one example that came up is, hey, right now the Netflix of the world or Amazon Primes of the world is recommending you the next best movie that you would like to watch or series that you would like to watch. But what if it transforms to a state where you think of like watching a news journal and you just tell AI, and then there are AI agents who are producers, editors, choreographers, just making the movie for you. And when you come at the end of the day from your work and switch on the television, you have the new movie all for you. I mean, it's like a premiere show for you, right? And those kind of experiences are no longer a dream. They are like now, they're available now. It's just about a matter of maybe an year or so where you can just experience some of these things, some of these evaluations. Those translate, if you look at the monetization models, right? The traditional monetization models will be replaced with things like, okay, now I'm going to monetize based on the emotions. Like, I mean, how many smiles that the movie actually generated on your face. So I'll count on that and I'll be monetizing on that. That requires a new way of thinking, that requires a creative way of engaging the users and monetizing it. And that's how the businesses are actually transforming. That's what we are calling it as a modern business, right? Now, coming to why Promptathon is so important, right? I mean, why prompting is so important in this generation and in this era of AI. At Zuora, I mean, we are calling this summer of AI, and we have a bunch of events that we are doing as an organization to adopt the AI era, right? I mean, right from how we deliver value to our customers, how we operate internally, and how we upskill our employees to adapt to this future. There are numerous initiatives that are happening. And with this Promptathon, we also want to engage with the community, with all of you uh, collectively, so that, I mean, we can bring this new era to life and actually, I mean, demonstrate the value together. So on August 2nd, we are launching this event, a half-day event at Zuora offices both in Bangalore and Chennai. Um, we obviously wanted to kick it off with a brief overview of what Zuora is about, so that, I mean, you have the context when you talk to the Zuora employees on the site. Um, then followed by a AI masterclass session. We have an industry veteran. I would like to keep that as a surprise, the topic, but let's assure that, I mean, you'll have key takeaways as part of that session. Um, and the beauty of this whole program is not just about having a dialogue, but also applying the skills that you learned in the session directly then and there itself. So you can bring your own devices, you can bring your own Gen tools to participate in this Promptathon. The problem statements will be revealed on this spot. Of course, you'll have a lot of guidance from the Zuora employees there. I mean, to make sure you have the right context about the problem statements. And if you have any questions, we're happy to help. But you'll be given around 45 to 1 hour where you can use your Gen AI tools and do the prompting. The output that we are expecting here is a business case. All the bells and whistles that you can imagine that a business case should have, like the problem statement, and if you want to redefine the problem statement, well and good. Why is it important now? Why do you feel, I mean, that has a market potential? And then eventually what kind of solution. So we'll give you a template that you can look at, but you don't have to really restrict yourself to that one specific template. Novelty and creativity also has a scoring in terms of, I mean, how you can present your business case, right? I mean, you can also use any of the prototyping tools if you would like to, and if you have time, you can attach those things as well into your business case. So the problem statements will be revealed on this part. So basically, I mean, we would like you to be prompting there. I mean, not having, like, I mean, we don't want to reveal it ahead of time, just to avoid and just to avoid practicing on the prompts and making sure that, I mean, there's democracy around how we leverage some of these AI tools. Obviously, I mean, this is a solo individual participation, but you have the AI, which is the best friend at this point in time in order to do the prompting. So don't consider this as a solo event. You already have a team and a very powerful team to build the business case. And those who are probably new to Promptathons, is basically helps you to uncover blind spots, right? Prompting, you could actually take the help of the super powerful AI, Gen AI tools to see what you're not seeing at this point in time, right? Uncover your blind spots. You can instantly do idea pressure testing, right? You could do real-time MVP creations using some of the Gen AI tools like Replit or Versal. There are many of those available. And then basically, it's all about co-creation. Like, how do you help AI to think by giving the right prompts, right? Like having just a Gen AI tool and putting it under the pillow cover and sleeping will not help. It's about how do you evangelize it, how do you activate it, and bring it to life and get to the end state of it matters. And that's what we are going to evaluate upon: how creative you are, how well you are able to articulate the problem statement, and how well you are able to arrive at to the a business case, I mean, that can be prioritized. So we are very eagerly looking forward for this event and for your participation. That will be followed by networking and lunch, obviously, so that you have enough time to meet your like-minded people around and then exchange ideas and take this community forward. If you have any questions, we're happy to address. But as I said, I mean, we are super excited about this event, and this is just the beginning. And we are looking forward for many such engagements in future.
Thank you, Shakir. Thank you, Prasi, for giving the participants a brief about the hackathon and what Zora actually do and what's the motivation behind this Prompt-A-Thon. So, everyone, we are like, you can comment down your question if you have any queries related to it, and I will pick that up and answer these here only. So, let's start with the first comment. Yes, some guy is asking what kind of problem statements will be there and
Yeah.
they will be revealed on the event day, but a general idea would be nice.
Yeah.
So, yes.
We understand the participation will come from different backgrounds and different domain expertise. So we would like to keep the problem statements generic enough so that you could actually participate. But tied to how, like, I mean, you can imagine the questions or the problem statements would be around how do you grow a business, right? I mean, it's all about 10x, right? I mean, things that you can do in a traditional way takes time, but with Gen AI and agentic AI and leveraging the era of AI, you could accomplish a lot of those things at 10x efficiency, 10x speed, and 10x value that can be delivered to the end customers. So I'll probably give one example of the problem statement around, let's say, customer churn, right? How do you address customer churn at 10x rate right? And it can pertain to any vertical and business. You don't have to really worry that, okay, this is about a specific industry or a specific segment. It can be, you can actually redefine the problem statement to either narrow it down or broaden it based on your past experience and how you want to interact with AI and create the business case. Does it answer your question?
Yes, I believe that should be. Yeah, thanks for answering. Next question we have is from Christine. Is there any way I can prepare for this if I'm shortlisted?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, you could learn a little bit more about Zora, what we do. We have a lot of material available online. You can visit Zora.com, the knowledge center. That will give you the context, more clarity around, I mean, what we do, right? And we obviously are selfish in terms of trying to give problem statements which are relevant to our business and to our customers, so that some of your brilliant ideas can be taken back and with your permission can be put back into our I mean, can be prioritized and deliver value to our customers. So I would request, I mean, shortlisting is just a formality, Christine. We wanted to ensure, I mean, we have maximum participation, but we also want to ensure we have quality participation. So we will definitely let you know about your confirmation. But yeah, I think you should engage yourself, learning a little bit more about Zora. And a lot of leadership posts are on LinkedIn as well. I mean, where we are heading towards in terms of our AI strategy. So feel free to explore some of those things.
And Kristen, maybe the only thing I would add there is maybe this is an opportunity for you to test your prompting techniques and see if Zora was to create a Prompt-A-Thon, what would be a handful of the business cases do you think that we'd recommend? Maybe that's a little cheat code for you to get warmed up for the Prompt-A-Thon.
Another question we have is, are there any preferred tools that we should use?
No, I think Prasi hit the nail on the head of creativity. The intent is to bring the tools that you're comfortable with or to test out new tools. And again, there's a community of innovators there as well if you want to get feedback or input on what others are doing. But there's no set rules on what to use and what not to use.
Yep.
Yeah, Ankur is asking, do we need to get our own Gen AI tools?
That's right. I mean, you could get any of the Gen AI tools that you have access to. So there's no restriction on any tools, so you can bring it on. We'll be providing you access to internet through Zora, so you should be able to access these tools within our premises, both in Bangalore and Chennai.
So like any tools like, Gemini, Chat GPT for like for the content or any visual tools as well, like diffusion, right? Anything can be utilized for solving that problem, that business case that we will give. Yes, I hope, Ankur, that answers your question. One of the person is also asking, do we get tools like Cursor? So like whether coding will be involved or not to generate via prompts. I believe that's what they are asking.
So this Prompt-A-Thon, as a starter, I mean, we are limiting to ideation and business case generation, right? So there's no need of coding at this point in time. But I mean, again, with 10x speed, if you are able to get to that point, I mean, we're happy to take the submission as well. If you want to provide any prototype as a complementary document with the business case, we are happy to accept that as well. But coding and prototyping is not a mandatory outcome that we are expecting at this point in time. Business case articulation is what we are looking at this point in time.
Okay, so in case they like in the presentation that they will create, right? If they have the ideation part as well as the future implementation, so will they get extra points in that scenario, or how is that like? It will be.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of opportunities, right? And you could also look at Zuora careers. I mean, if, that's another incentive. If you like, I mean, it's a mutual employment is always a mutual thing. So if you like the creative aspects of what we're doing at Zuora, and if you want to apply, that's you can do that. That's We are also envisioning the next level of ideation to do the hackathon with coding. So some of your submissions will be carried forward into some of those events that we are planning in future.
So one person is asking regarding eligibility that he is from engineering background and learned prompt engineering, but not from development domain. So is he eligible or not? So
Yes,
Nitabhat, everyone, yeah. So everyone who is within the tech domain, you can say, right? Everyone is eligible in that case. You just have to have 3 year plus years of experience in that case.
Yeah, we imagine there'll be a large number of product managers, DevOps, support folks. Yeah, varying domains. You don't have to be a developer.
Great. Shikhar Tyagi is asking, are multi-step prompts allowed, such as chain reasoning and or structured stages?
everything is allowed. Everything is fair in this game. So yes, and we definitely. I mean, this is an area. This is an opportunity for you to shine. And I mean, if you also want to talk about, I mean, how you arrived at your business case, what techniques did you use. You could also attach that to your business case document. We'll talk about that more during the orientation session on the day. But all these are the things that can make you shine and bright, right, and stand out in the lot.
Okay. So we only have 3 minutes left. If anyone has a question, they can write it down in the comments, and we will pick it in the next few minutes. So Kiran is asking, what are the deliverables that the participants have to provide at the end of the promptathon? So Kiran, as mentioned, on the event day itself, the ideation and business case solve that you will prepare, like the theme we will give you, right? You have to develop on those basis only. I hope that answers your question.
It's a document that we are expecting. It could be any format. It could be a Word document, PDF, or a presentation. But consider the document should have these elements of a business case, right? Or the right business case, and we'll give you a structure of what we think could be an ideal thing. But as I said, you can just take the guidance from that and be more creative in terms of what you want to add as a business case.
Prasi, I think there's some follow-up questions on that. Does it have to be a PPT, the business case?
It doesn't need to be, right? I mean, it can be a six-pager like Amazon style. It could be a a PDF, and I mean, it can be in any format. The format is of least concern, but it's the content that we're looking at.
The document is a business case. The format is you bring your own format.
Right. Thank you, Shakir and Prasi.
Also, everyone, we have updated our resource section, so you can view that. And we have added a documentation in which you can learn more about Zora and the Promptathon itself. So do register and check that out.
Yeah,
Most of the
and
questions will be short there. Yeah.
between now to the event day, we will be posting a lot more such articles in the resources section so that you get familiar with this whole event, this Promptathon, do's and don'ts about Promptathons. So this is again a journey towards the event, a lead up to the event, but you could leverage a lot of these resources to upskill as well.
So once again, I think people are again asking in terms of what's going to be the timing for the what time. I think it'll be good to revise just the whole day, Prasi, as you mentioned before. It'll have a
Yeah. So
master class.
let me quickly summarize on that, right? So we're going to start the event at around 9:30 in the morning in both Bangalore and Chennai locations. The locations will be shared with you all. We'll kick it off with a brief orientation of what Zuora is about and what is the purpose of Zuora's existence and how we are helping modern businesses succeed in their total monetization strategy. Following that, we will have a session on AI by an industry expert who's a chief data scientist, uh, talking about agentic AI, Gen AI, and how that's shaping the world, but also giving you tips and tricks around the prompt engineering, prompting, right? So that there are clear takeaways from that session for you all. Then it will be followed by the Prompt-A-Thon for a duration of 1 hour. That includes the reveal of the problem statements. And then we'll be there to help you get clarity around the problem statements and what is the expectation out of it, what formats and stuff will be shared with you all. So you could then leverage the resources like the internet and all that will be provided by Zuora to start prompting. Right, I mean, we'll be allocating you your desks and seating arrangement in the Zuora office so that you have an environment where you could just experiment and do the prompting with all the tips and tricks that you learned in the earlier session as well. You can apply those things. This will be for 1 hour. At the end of the hour, we would like you all to submit um, your documents on the site that we are hosting, and Krishnash will be sharing more details around that. Once submissions are done, we'll be breaking for lunch and networking. Right, that's the end of the day. But what will happen post that is a bunch of leaders would be evaluating your submissions through the following week, which is August 3rd to 10th. And uh, the awards will be announced on around the 9th and 10th. So that, I mean, I mean, who the winners are. We have three categories: winner, second prize, and the third prize. And the winners get around 50K INR. The runner-up gets 30K, and the third prize is around 20K. So in an hour, you could actually earn a 50K, right? I mean, that's again 10x speed in which you could actually demonstrate your idea and bang a prize. All right.
Yes.
Shakir and I had to drop for another meeting that we could not avoid. So Sumit will be here and Krishnas will be here to address all your questions. And we're looking forward for your active engagement on the day.
Thank you all. We'll see
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Prasi. Thank you, Shakir.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon.
I believe most of the questions are answered. Let me. Madhulika is asking what are the criteria for shortlisting. So, first one is like you should be from a technical background, like in tech domain in specifically, whether you can visit website for in-depth or in detail understanding, but you have to be in tech. And the second eligibility is of that you must have 3+ years of experience in total. And we have Sumit from Zora as well. So yeah, you can also answer technical questions that you have or any prompt-a-thon related thing or anything about Zora that you want to ask. So please feel free to ask. So one of the participant is asking whether live mentoring will be provided at the time of the day on the event.
Um, you'll for that 1 hour, you will be uh, assigned a space, and you'll be expected to work on the prompt. But as Prasi mentioned, prior to that session, right, there would be a master class where some tricks and trade of the trade would be shared with you in that masterclass. And post your submission, you'll be free to network and collaborate with other participants or with Zora leaders and Zora's employees. So you can do that at that time. But for that 1 hour, to be fair to everyone, it'll just be you guys working on the system with you to building the use case and the business case.
Thank you
It's
so much for clarifying that.
yeah.
Yes. So we will add more resources as mentioned in the resource section. You can visit the Hack to Skill platform under Zuora Promptathon. There will be a on the dashboard named resource section where you can visit and check out those resources. We will keep on updating that link, so do keep an eye on that. One person is asking, sir, I am a student in second year. So, Mr. R.S. Short. So, students are not eligible for this Promptathon as of now. We would like you to encourage and participate in other initiatives that we have. Yes, I believe most of the questions are answered now. Okay, then in that case,
And
thank you
Kushan,
so much for joining.
also share that
Yeah,
there's a FAQ section as well, right? In case all the questions, majority of the questions were covered in that section. So if you are got any doubts left, you can still
yeah,
go. Thank you.
yeah. Also, you can mail like on the website. You will find a mail named promptathon-hack2skill.com. So where you can mail us, or you can also join our Discord channel where you can ask your queries. We will be more than happy to answer your queries in that case. And this YouTube will be a video will be live available, and we will add it to the resources section as well in case you want to refer that. Yes.
Great.
Now, yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much everyone for joining us today and being a part of Zuora Promptathon, the 10x Catalyst. A big thanks again to our guest speakers for setting the tone and with their inspiring words. Thank you, Sumit. We can't wait to see the incredible ideas and prompts that emerge from this journey, and let's make it count. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you, guys. See you.